Once upon a time, in the majestic halls of Asgard, there lived a god named Thor. Thor was known far and wide for his incredible strength, bravery, and a hammer so powerful it could summon lightning. But even the mightiest of gods can find themselves in a pickle, and Thor was no exception. One day, while Thor was enjoying a peaceful afternoon, a giant named Útgarða-Loki came to visit. Útgarða-Loki was no ordinary giant. He was clever and loved playing tricks on the gods. He challenged Thor to a series of tests, promising that if Thor won, he would be hailed as the mightiest in all the realms. Eager to prove his strength, Thor accepted without a second thought. The first challenge was a wrestling match with an old woman. No matter how hard Thor tried, he couldn't defeat her. Little did he know, the old woman was old age itself, unbeatable by anyone. Feeling a mix of frustration and confusion, Thor moved on to the next challenge, determined to regain his honor. Útgarða-Loki then presented Thor with a drinking horn, claiming that anyone worthy of praise could empty it in one go. Thor, with a thirst as mighty as his strength, eagerly accepted the challenge. He lifted the horn to his lips and drank with all his might, but to his astonishment, the level of the liquid barely lowered. He tried again, his cheeks puffing and face turning red from the effort. This time, he managed a little more, but still, the horn seemed almost as full as when he started. Thor couldn't believe it. How could he, the great god of Thun, not empty a simple drinking horn? The giant laughed, seeing Thor's bewilderment. "What's the matter, Thor? I thought you could drink as well as you fought battles." Thor, now determined more than ever, took a deep breath and drank with all the strength he could muster. The liquid swirled and sloshed, and for a moment, it seemed like he was making progress. But when he stopped, gasping for air, the horn was still not empty. Thor's pride was wounded, and he couldn't fathom how this was happening. Seeing his distress, Útgarða-Loki finally revealed the truth. The other end of the horn was connected to the ocean. Every time Thor drank, he was trying to drink up the sea itself. The ocean's level had actually lowered, which was an incredible feat. But of course, no one could drink the whole ocean. Thor was astonished. He had been tricked into attempting an impossible task. Yet, there was something oddly humorous about the whole situation. Even Thor had to laugh at himself, realizing the cleverness of the giant's trick. The tale of Thor's attempt to drink the ocean spread far and wide. Villagers would chuckle, imagining the mighty Thor trying to gulp down the sea. Children would pretend to be Thor, lifting pretend horns to their mouths and making exaggerated drinking noises. In the end, Thor learned a valuable lesson. Strength wasn't just about muscle, it was also about wit and recognizing when to laugh at oneself. He returned to Asgard, not with the victory he had hoped for, but with a story that would entertain and teach for generations. And so, Thor's misadventure became a beloved tale in Norse mythology, reminding everyone that even gods could find themselves outmatched by the cleverness of others. It was a tale that brought smiles and laughter, a reminder that humor and humility could make even the mightiest of gods more relatable. Útgarða-Loki, for his part, enjoyed his moment of triumph, knowing he had given Thor a challenge unlike any other. But he also knew that Thor would be wary of his tricks in the future. As for the gods and goddesses of Asgard, they welcomed Thor back with open arms and laughter. They teased him good-naturedly, but they also admired his willingness to face challenges, no matter how unusual they might be. Thor's attempt to drink the ocean became a favorite story among the gods, often told during feasts and gatherings. It was a reminder that life in Asgard was full of surprises, and that a good laugh was as valuable as any victory in battle. And to this day, whenever storms gather and the seas churn, some say it's Thor, still trying to have the last laugh, challenging the ocean once more. But this time, he does so with a smile, knowing that some battles are best fought with humor and a light heart. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support fuels our passion for creating mesmerizing tales. You're awesome.